How's it going? Third try for this one. I'm trying to be careful with what words I use. Okay. So I don't know whether you guys know this or not, but the state of New South Wales in Australia, they're having apparently a rash of child marriages. Well, who could be doing that, I wonder? Is it because that's where the largest population of Muslims are in Australia? Could it have anything to do with that? No, we're denying it. No Sharia law here. What are you talking about? We're going by Australian law. Yeah, that's where Bondi Beach is too, right? So that's happening, but we're going to deny it. And we're just going to pretend. You watch, it'll get squished, disappeared, and anyone talking about it will get the thought police coming to their door. Australia's bad for that. We're on our way to being that. It's always first little steps, then odd big steps. You know, like the big step here about now we're criminalizing the Bible, right? Oh, it's just certain scripture. Yeah, but it's gonna be a crime. I'm waiting to see who the first test case is. And notice now it's been a couple days already. Where's all the YouTuber Canadian influencers, the Crayon guy, Muslim Malcolm? Where are all them? This is a pretty big thing to talk about. Where's all Eastern Canadian conservatives that are telling us what we should be doing and trust Moses Lever? Have none of them made a video about it yet? Because they haven't got their scripts, even though we're not taking money from the government. How come they haven't talked about this? This is like a pretty big news as far as I'm concerned, right? Since we're supposed to be a Christian country. Yeah, right? I told you guys, man. It's the same as how people spell Muslim and Islam wrong because we're just so lazy and you just go out predictive sets. Moslemlouse. Spell it correctly. Never capitalize either one. If you look it up, I've gone over this many times. Look up the word Muslim's definition. Okay? All right, so that's happening there. I know what's happening here. We just haven't. It's never been seen. It has, or it has been caught. It's been squished like years and years ago. That little boy got molested by his teacher from the mosque. One article, no follow up or nothing ever. You can't even find that article now. I watched this video of in New South Wales. It was a woman. I guess they're out going to a mosque somewhere. And the outfits these people wear is just like. And anyway, and he has a little girl by the hand, and she says, "Yeah, she's followed him. That's not his daughter. He's got 3 more just like that at home." You know, you want to say that it's not all. Okay, so sure, you could say there's good Muslims, but they're good human beings first and Muslims seconds. But they're aware of this. Their hero had a child bride at 6, consummated at 9. It's in their scriptures. It's Sahih. So honor killings happen here. I'm telling you, you don't think that there's grooming houses here? You know, then we're filling our country with people from their country has the most grapes in the world. They have the most first cousin marriages in the world. You wonder why things are the way they are at Tim Hortons? Like, look at their faces, look at their features of many of these people. Come on, man. I'm just not. We're not saying that, right? You know, I bet you there's child brides in Fort McMurray. And again, Alberta thinks they're going to leave. You guys are breaking my heart. I'm going to be so sad when it doesn't happen. Like, what do you think's going to happen? Let's say, well, you guys win. Then what happens? Everyone will be jobless because all these companies are going to go, well, we're out of here. Now we're going to have to set up all our company structures and stuff to the country of Alberta as opposed to everything is hooked up to the federal system now. No, we don't talk about that. That's minutia. We're just going to be free. Anyway, so we have had honor killings here that get squished away. The crime stats, they're not allowed to report who's doing what anymore. That's been going on for a while. But why? It's right in your face. So they're doing it. Australia's been the worst in the Commonwealth countries, right? Of allowing Islam to take over. Well, we're not much better here since we have so many Muslim Brotherhood MPs, federal MPs, making laws for us. What did I say when we still had Trudy Poo, the man we loved to hate? That was his job. What did I say many, many, many times? All he did was, it seemed, was appoint judges. That's pretty much the biggest things that the Liberal Party did, the one party did under Justin Trudeau, was put woke Liberal judges on the bench. So that's gone. Any avenues of legal challenges, that's pretty much over in Canada. What are you going to say against that? The judge is going to look at you as a hateful, racist, misogynist, bigot, whatever, man. All the buzzwords for the left, right? So we're not going to see that. I tried to save that video. Well, I did, but it was gone. It's gone now. There was another little quick one I saw. It was in England. A woman and her mom caught some black guy in the alley with a little girl, and he was in the corner with her. He was molesting her. And then they're like, hey, what's going on there? And then he took her away, goes, it's family, just mind your own business, bro. It's family with some kind of the English foreigner accent, right? And then they followed him, they kept going, and eventually she stopped, and then he took off, because that little girl broke down. I broke my heart, man. She broke down crying, thank you, thank you, thank you. That's England. You don't think that happens here? What did I tell you about what I always thought about missing Aboriginal women, where they are? We don't hear those stories anymore, right? We don't. I guess it's because it's not happening anymore. They're not getting picked up at truck stops. No, that's not happening anymore. No, what's not happening anymore is it's not being reported, right? It just doesn't get talked about. Now, we're not talking about that. We're not talking about that. We're too busy focusing on what's Mark Carney doing now? The nonsense gun grab stuff. That's what we focus on here in Canada. Silly little things like that. While they all get their raises. Yay! Another raise! Woo, 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 woo! So who's protecting us? Who's protecting our kids? Not so much that. Well, we have our own kids, so, we'll just molest our own kind, right? And we're allowed to, under our religion, we're allowed to marry little girls. Fuck you, Australia, they're saying. You don't think they're here in Canada going, fuck you, Canada? You're very, very, very foolish. I'm just stunned that that's come out, that has come to light. I'm guessing we won't see or hear about it anymore. This was just like a slip, just like in Canada. Like I said, all those things I named, they just slipped out. Like, well, how did that get out to the public knowledge? Right? Guaranteed. I remember 10 years ago, female genital mutilation used to be a thing about how they're, who's coming here and who's doing that. When Somali guy was, our light bulb guy was the immigration minister, and he would not answer that question, right? Because he's the president of the Somali Association in Canada group, and he's a Muslim Brotherhood member too. We're not talking about that. So I guess it's not happening in Canada. I guess, right? I guess. I was talking to my bro the other day about some of this stuff, and he's one of those Canadians that still goes, no, they can only have abortions in the first trimester. I started laughing, man, and I showed him. And I said, that's okay, don't feel bad. I said, most Canadians think exactly the same thing. Thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, all that stuff.